Lloyd George, a crusader by nature, here was a cause. Soldiers were dying in France, and muddle and inefficiency at home were letting them down. On February the 22nd, he wrote to Asquith, the Prime Minister.
I sincerely believe that we could double our effective energies if we organized our factories properly. All the engineering works of the country ought to be turned on to the production of war material. While this process is going on, the population ought to be prepared to suffer all sorts of deprivations and even hardships.
On May the 9th, the French and British armies launched a new offensive. The British artillery had enough shells for only 3/4 of an hour's bombardment, and 9 out of 10 shells were shrapnel, useless to smash deep defensive works. Once more, the Allied soldiers opposed their muscles and flesh to the cruel lash of German steel.
Half of us were knocked out, either killed or wounded. And going across the meadow, there were a lot more killed. And we all stopped and laid down, trying to get what shelter we could from the tremendous rifle fire which was coming over. And then a sergeant just in front of me jumped up and said, "Come on men, be British." We jumped up and followed him, and he ran about 6 yards and he went down. Well, we ran on about another 20 yards toward the German trenches. The German trenches were literally packed. They were standing about 4 deep, firing machine guns and rifles straight at us.
The attack on the Aubert Ridge had been stopped in its tracks. But the worst of the shell and gun shortages was yet to come in the offensive at Festubert a week later.
We were in a battery of 15-pounders, 4 guns, and consistently short of ammunition, and being allowed 4 rounds per day for registering, etc. As the intensity of the battle grew to May the 24th, we ran completely out of ammunition and were left there absolutely helpless.
Silent guns, a mutilated army, spring hopes dashed. Yet all this was still hidden from the British people at home. In their censored newspapers, they read comforting accounts of devastating British gunfire.